here. She is going to be my model and sponge tester. So the Tesco sponges, which Juliet sent me from England, are sponges that you can find in the grocery store. They come in a big circle like this, and they're nice and wide. Juliet usually suggests that we cut these into quarters. So I want you to feel that.
Oh, that's nice.
It's really soft. It's a baby sponge. Apparently we hate our babies in America because we don't have any sponges for babies.
Where are the sponges for the babies? Not sponges for them, we have washcloths.
And I don't know why. We have a few different models of sponges. I also was dumb and threw away the packaging before we started filming this. So as we go through and I show you the sponges, because I don't remember what any of them are called, a picture of their Amazon listing will appear over Katie's face magic.
Wow.
Prince and Tiger Lily are here. You're gonna hear them have some sibling squabbles. Apologies. So before we do anything with face paint, we're gonna go through the different sponges that I got, and Katie's gonna feel them on her face, and she's gonna kind of rank them or compare them. Here's the car washing sponge.
I'm so excited.
You don't like the way it feels?
No, I can already tell this is gonna be a nightmare on my skin.
Okay.
First, second, because this is so crunchy feeling.
This one reminds me of memory foam.
Yeah, it's like a pillow, and this one is just, you know, if you're pictured holding SpongeBob, this is probably what he thought.
That's true. We are not optimistic on insert brand here. We also have this one.
It's so much better than this. 1, 2, 3.
There's a scour pad on the back of this one.
It feels pretty nice. It's very firm. Tesco, this one, then this yellow one, then SpongeBob.
Terrible SpongeBob. These are craft sponges.
Ooh. Yeah, this feels like a makeup blender. Go the Tesco sponge, then this one, dish sponge, yellow sponge, SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's gonna lose, man. Now we're gonna dabble into actual face painting sponges. So these are from Crevaline. I use a lot of their neon paint in my kit. So these are actually designed and made for face painters. We're gonna magically cut this in half. Hey, look at that. And now you have a generally flat surface that you can paint on. You have a rounded surface that you can paint on.
This feels more like memory foam than I think any of the ones we felt, because it has that when you slightly squeeze it, it has like the collapsy feeling.
You feel the flat side on the inside. Like,
oh, that's actually softer than the outside. This is really nice. The softness of the inside, the outside is a little scratchier.
another type, they have these teardrop ones. This is one I've used a lot, and I love the Crevaline ones because they don't stain.
Really like cushiony, like when you feel it, the subtle like indent of your finger, you can feel it settle in before it actually starts to squeeze.
You know what it reminds me of? Those toys that have the pins in them and you put your hand in. If you put your hand in just a little bit,
yes,
the pins that you're touching will move in, but the other pins won't. Versus this one would move all the pins together. So where would you rate the Crevaline sponge among our other sponges so far? So we still got Tesco at number 1.
Craft sponge, dish sponge, then these ones, these black ones.
With the circle all the way through first, or with cut in half?
Oh, cut in half first.
Okay.
Then the whole one.
Okay.
Yellow. SpongeBob.
I don't want to be biased, but this one is my contender for the winner. Except now that I've talked to you about it, now I'm worried you're going to hate this one. This is insert brand here. And I was looking for something big and wide, because remember, this is only the quarter of a Tesco sponge. Yeah, Tesco sponge is a little bigger. Tesco sponge has more surface area on this side. It's almost like a third bigger than this. But this was the closest thing I could find. The texture is not quite the same, but I was hopeful because of the surface area.
I don't know. I don't know if this one's very high in the ranking.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, it's better than SpongeBob.
But I wonder if after being washed, they'll be softer. And I wonder if after being cut, maybe the inside will be softer like Crevaline. So I'm gonna do that. Hey, look at that. Okay, so they've been wetted now with warm water and a little bit of soap. And I also cut this one in half so Katie can tell me if she thinks the inside of the sponge is any softer like the Crevaline was. So do you feel any difference now that they've been wet?
Still pretty rough. Really, the only difference I feel is now it's wet. So, like, also the inside, almost more rough.
Really?
Than the outside of it. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Obviously, finding surface area is the difficult part. Like, the Tesco sponge is the widest, softest thing I've ever seen.
So, first, still the winner, still Tesco. Then the craft sponge is still second. This is third. Then the cut in half, the inside of these black sponges. The outside, it as a whole is like 4.5. These might come fifth because they're squishier than the yellow car sponges. And he who shall not be named is the last. Yeah, he's still the worst.
My Patreon supporters get bonus round. If you subscribe to my Patreon, you will also get to see us experiment with literal memory foam. This is a foam seat cushion because honestly, I think that it is a cousin to the Tesco foam material of some kind. So if you would like to see us rip apart a pillow seat cushion, subscribe to my Patreon. Okay. Can you feel this one? I don't remember if you reviewed that before.
I did not. Can I have I'm gonna look at the inside of this one too. This is softer. This is softer than this one. That was softer.
Really?
Yeah, that was
neat.
That and the Tesco sponge are really close.
That's awesome.
Softness.
Okay, I have a confession. Some of these in my bag are not actual Creveline sponges. I did this on purpose. I didn't tell you about this part, Katie, because I did want one unbiased opinion on something. These are copycat sponges. These are not from Creveline. This is just black face paint craft sponges from Amazon. They look almost identical, but they feel different, don't they?
So the half circle, not at all. Okay, yeah.
This is not a Creveline sponge. This is a copycat. This is a Creveline sponge.
I found it weird because that one is so much softer, and I was I'm like, is it just the shape? But it just no. The outside of it feels different. It feels softer.
So this is also why it's really important to get your materials from a verified, reliable face paint retailer. Amazon is not always going to be better just because this was $1 cheaper than this. This is going to make somebody feel more comfortable in your chair in general. But the Creveline brand name sponges are softer than their copycat on Amazon. Don't buy the copycat ones. Buy them from Creveline because Creveline's awesome. So now we're going to play and we're going to make Katie into a fairy princess.
Oh my gosh. No, that's so pretty. I love the red. I love the flowers. And then the crown looks awesome.
And you've got your purple gem in the middle.
Ooh, I like the vines. They're very pretty.
You picked really pretty colors too.
I like them.
Yeah!
John, I'm finally back from Vietnam.
And there we go. What was the best sponge? In comfort and softness?
Well, the Tesco.
Tesco is still king. What's the next closest one?
The teardrop from Creveline.
That's awesome. That's really good to know. That's a really good company. And if you had to pick one more that was acceptable, that if you couldn't get either of these, you could use it, what felt the best after these?
It would have to be the dish sponge.
Really? That is so interesting. So our scour sponge that I had to mutilate. So these were our top 3. So Tesco's still winning. I might get some more of the brand name Creveline sponges for our next test and maybe do a test with just these 3. But Spongebob's gonna go. Don't use car wash sponges. They don't feel good. The kids are gonna hate it. It's a bad time. Thank you so much for being here and helping us out, Katie. I'm sure that we will see more of her. Bye.